Hey everyone, how was the coding with Venza? I heard it went well. I was watching it. It looked good. Awesome doing the Angular and Node stuff. So that's really good. We'll do more of that as well on Dashboard Hub, which is an open source project next week. But today I was quite keen to do a bit more coding in game development. And I think Andrew gave you a quick demo of what we've got. So. Vendra or Andrew is joining us now. Let me get him on the call and I can add him. Okay. Andrew, let me know when you're ready and we can get started and see where we got to. Hope everyone likes my lovely setup. I was watching Andrew on the big screen above. Thanks for the follow, Damin. I can't pronounce the name, but thank you very much for the follow. That's awesome. We've got Dev, Journey, and XCX with us again today as well. So, again today, because we were all together this morning. So thanks everyone. Right, okay, I'll wait for Andrew will join us shortly. So if I share my screen, and I'll put my face, you can see the back of my head if you prefer, I don't mind. And for some reason, it shouldn't, there we go. Okay. It's reloaded my old overlay. It's gonna look a bit odd with Andrew coming, but that's fine, we will make it work. I don't need a perfect overlay. What we're here to do is the coding. So what we had, here's the game. I think Andrew showed you. So as you refresh it, it randomly places the player, and you can go around and you can shoot. And you can't hold down space. It won't work again to lift it up and you press it again. So that's cool. And what we want to do next, we've got these issues on GitHub. I was going to let somebody else do the add npm start. No one else can do that as a contribution to the project. What I was quite keen to do is the asteroids. So now we've got, as we saw, we have our player and it's shooting stuff. What would be really good is to put an asteroid on the page, add some velocity, even if it is just a straight line, just kind of come towards the person and hopefully shoot them. And the asteroid maybe explodes, or if we don't have an animated file for that, maybe just disappears for now. Makes and a noise as well. We need to add that actually. So we should say shoots asteroid, put on the same one, shoots asteroid. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's make this on the line below. 1, 2, 3, because this will have some subtasks. Explodes, disappears, like that. And then we can have another task which is sound effect. There we go, I save that. If you do have any questions, do ask. If you do have any ideas, it's Twitch Coders. Warp Blaster is the repo on GitHub. I can share the link again actually to make it easier for everybody, because I keep spelling Blaster wrong with an ER rather than AR. And feel free to run the project locally. Feel free to raise an issue with any ideas you have. As Andrew said, we're using Flubits. So I will actually, Andrew and me will pair in the same IDE, but also if you want to, I can get a link. If you want to follow the code in the browser, then you can use this link as well. There we go. Flubits. So you can follow the code directly in the browser. Right. Okay. So we're going to do display an object. So display an object we know how to do. So I'm not an expert in this. Actually, I'm far furthest from the expert. This is the first time I've started coding a game. So I am learning as we go along. So we've got an image, we add a ship. So we add a missile. Let's also add an asteroid. Asteroid. Is that right? No, it's OID. Let's walk through how you added the shooting. Okay, that's true. Actually, you know what? I'll let Andrew do that because he added that, but he's probably gone to get a drink. So I can do a high level walkthrough and he can do in more detail. So let me show you. So in the So we have the, I think 4 functions, preload, where you kind of add all the images and audio and all your resources. And then we have the create, which kind of creates the game. What we do is, I've just got a console log here just so I can see what's available. We add the sky, the background. I do want to change that, and I would be quite keen to style this up. So maybe place the game in the middle of the screen and have a black background, maybe outside the gameplay area, just so it just looks a bit neater. But we can sort that out in a bit. Or if someone wants to contribute to the project, by all means, go ahead. And we've got the create, we've got the update, which is during the game. So you've got the cursor keys. So that's for up and down, and then up and down, left and right. And then you've got the up and the down here. And then the firing, it was just this part. And we angled the missile and we set the velocity and we played the sound. But the reason why we put this on was because when you press the fire key down, you don't want to be able to then to fire another missile again. Otherwise, it was just literally, if you held the fire button down, it was just shooting a continuous line. Whereas now it waits, and then if when the fire key goes up, it's to false, and it allows you to press it again. So I think that was a good solution. We might even want to put a delay on the down or the up. So when you press it, it does it immediately, but you can't press it again without a delay. And you get power-ups maybe, so therefore this gets removed or gets reduced. So we've got some ideas around that. Also, we've got various ships. So we're starting off with the basic ship, but we can get better, more fancy ones. Maybe you can shoot from 2 places. So we're gonna, as you get a power-up, I want us to kind of, I envisage this game, and it's a game to be built by all of us, so it could change. But my current vision is to have kind of a Mario World stroke asteroids, in terms of you get these kind of power-ups and you can kind of maybe get bigger, because we've made the ship half the size at the moment, so maybe make it bigger, fire, you get kind of flower power or invincibility, kind of similar sort of ideas. And we'll just keep building on it. So hopefully, Mercer, that kind of answers your question. If you do have any specific questions, do ask. One thing I did do since the stream this morning, I did actually change the JavaScript random to use phasers random, because it needed less code. You didn't have to do the floor and the multiply and all the rest. So I'm sure it's using the JavaScript random underneath, but it wrapped it quite nicely. But yeah, if you do have any questions, any more questions, do ask. When Andrew's here, he will be joining the call shortly, and I think he's just going to get a drink because he's been talking for the last 2 hours. And when he does come back, you can ask him any specific questions on that. So what we're going to do is add an asteroid. So I'm saying so a lot again. What did I add? I've got my green line here. So this is what I've added. Okay, asteroid. It was OID, I think. Yeah. And the image we want to add is meteor. Oh, we can call it asteroid. There are different ones. We'll just take the first one. Let's just take the first one. Copy relative path. Paste. Oh, changed the wrong one. That's a bit stupid. Okay, so we load the image. It's not going to appear on the page yet, as we learned earlier on today. We need to add the image. So what we want to do is, so we've got the sky, then we do the player stuff, and then we've got cursor, we've got fire, and we've got fire sound. So after the fire sound, let's add the, if we say, just steal this, I can copy and paste it. So it's not player, it's going to be asteroid. We want it to be random again. I've done the random to be on the kind of the first half. We're going to do it on the latter half, on the second half. So let's say for the range, this is X, I think, first. So we probably want it. It's 800 wide is our gameplay. So we probably want it to start between 7, probably after 800 actually, to be honest. We don't even need it to be random. We want it to start at 800. or even 850. 850. We don't want that to be random. We want the Y to be random, and that can be random between, I guess, any of them. We should probably say 100. Oops, to 700. And it's going to be asteroid. Okay, and then we will also want to give it a velocity as well, so it comes toward the player. So it's going to start off on the right hand side, we want it to come to the left. This is me guessing. So if you see any improvements, then do let me know. So I'm going to, am I doing that? Yeah. So we want to say this asteroid dot set velocity x, and we want it to be, I don't know, minus, do you want to go slow or fast? We'll make it slow to begin with. So hopefully that should now appear and we should see something on the page. And you can move out of the way. I don't know, it doesn't go straight through it. We haven't put any collision on, so nothing happens. It's quite big though, we should probably make it smaller. Okay, so what we probably want to do is set display size. Is that what we did before? I can't remember. We did do a size somewhere. That might be the one. 50 by 50, so let's do it. That was the size of the, I think it's going to be quite small. Yeah, we'll do it a bit bigger than that. So 100 by 100. Okay, that's kind of a good size to start off with. Easier to hit, one kind of hit and maybe it disappears or explodes. Okay, so we've got that. So if we go back to GitHub issues, display object, we did. Add velocity, we did. So we're doing quite well. That's the bit we learned this morning. So I'm pretty fast at doing that bit because I've done it a couple of times this morning. Now, this is the harder bit, is explode and disappears when there's a collision. So this bit I don't know how to do. And sound effect I do know how to do. So that's not too bad. But we need to do the collision part. So if anyone has any ideas and suggestions, do just jump in and say. But if not, I will try and guess. The docs, by the way, the phaser looks really good, but the docs of version 3 just, yeah, non-existent. Really, unfortunately, it's just a shame. But you know, if we do learn a bit, we'll contribute back. You know me, I like to contribute to my open source projects and just contribute back. Okay, so we want to do collision. So we've got set collider world bound. That's fine. So what I noticed, I was reading this, looking at part 6 that we skipped over this morning. We went straight to part 7. We don't want to set a gravity. We're not doing a jumping game, but what we did want to do is add a collide. I think I'm just going to kind of guess. I didn't read the writing, I just saw that and I thought that looked good.
So, I'm back now, sorry.
No problem. When I'll put your face on the screen when you're ready. Okay, so I don't think what's it called? OBS remembers the. There we go. It's a different screen. That's why. Okay, that's cool. This should now work. Yay. Okay, cool. Now if I turn off my iPad camera, then you get me again. I don't understand what issues you're constantly referring to are. Issues what with the streaming software, OBS, or about the game? I kind of have issues with the lack of documentation, or it's all referring to version 2 in Phaser. That's kind of what I struggle with. So we're using version 3, and there's not a lot of examples out there for 3. Or did I say something in particular a minute ago and I've kind of forgotten already? Which is probably the case. My memory is like goldfish. I know it takes about 20 seconds for the messages to come through when you type, so I'll give it a second for you to reply. So while we're doing that, Andrew, I was just saying that I found this in their part 6, add collider, player and platform. So what we probably want to do is on the asteroid, add collider with this dot player, and then this dot asteroid. I don't know what that's going to do.
Which way around do you do it? Because it's every missile, isn't it? Every time, if a missile was to hit the asteroid, the missile needs to kill the asteroid and itself, I guess.
Yeah, that's true actually. Okay, so I've just done it with the player, and then by the looks of it, you can give it a bit of a nudge.
Yeah. So you push it around.
Oh, it didn't hit the outside because it's got no bounds on it. I don't understand what issues you had. Oh, the issues on GitHub. I thought you meant issues as in having a problem to do. One of the challenges I was having. Right, you mean to this issue. So I'm looking, on the GitHub repository, I'm looking at issue 10 called Asteroids. Do you want me to share a link? Will that help? I think it's a bit further up, but just in case you joined after that. That's the link to not just the repo, but to the specific issue. And I've ticked off display object and add velocity. And as Andrew rightfully pointed out, it should be colliding with the missile, not the actual player. Although if it collides with the player should die. But we'll get to that one step at a time. Actually, that's an issue we completely forgot to do. So Mercer, how about are you happy with creating an issue on GitHub? So on that link I just sent you, there's a new issue at the top. If you could just create a new one saying asteroid, I don't know, asteroid collides with player or asteroid kills player, and then we can tidy it up afterwards. And while you're doing that, if you're happy to do that, let me know. If not, one of us can do that. So we want that to collide with, you're right, Andrew, it needs to collide with, so it needs to come after this one. I'll put it at the end.
Cool. What I'm going to do is just update the game area to have some bounding box stuff that you can interact with as well, so I'm just going to put that in.
Okay, let me refresh this. Yeah, but I don't understand the purpose of those issues. Why do we need them? So I don't forget what needs to be done. So I'm planning my work, or our work. So I've created these issues, and each one is almost like a story. And then when you go into them, some of them have tasks. So my task for the asteroid story was to display the object, to display the asteroid, which we did, then add the velocity towards the player, which we did. And now we want to shoot the asteroid, but to do that we need explodes, disappears, and have a sound effect with it. So I'm doing them so we don't forget, or in between the streams, if someone wants to contribute and pick up one of these, they can just put a comment in and say, hey, I want to do this, and then they can do it. So we're following kind of the standard practice for open source projects. Hopefully that answers your question. Here we go. Okay, so then now I've made them collide. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's refresh it, get a bit higher. I think it's going to push it back. Okay. It gets faster, but it goes back. All right. Okay. When that collision happens, we want it, I guess, to disappear. Or disappear for now. I don't know if we've got exploding sprites or anything. I don't even know what station. Okay, got you. Right. Buildings, effects, space effects. That's pretty cool actually. Don't know what that one is. Okay, we'll look at that later. Right. So we've got the collision happening. How do we make them disappear? I mean, actually we won't do the disappear now, I don't think, because do we want the score to happen? When there's a hit, should we increment the score? Let me think. What makes sense? Have it disappear, we can do the score afterwards. I don't know how to make it disappear though. Controlling the player with the keyboard, we did this already. This is Stardust, so hopefully there's something similar they have in their example we can use. They've got the star, And they got repeat 11 times. So we might have to do this, actually create a group and of the asteroid and have it repeat. So they've got collide star with the platform, like we did. As well as doing this, we can also check if the player overlaps with the star or not. Okay, so you can see if there's an overlap. And they do collect star. Right, and then this is what happens with collect star. Star, okay. So that's what we probably need actually. If there's an overlap, if the missile hits the asteroid, it's an overlap. And then we'll want it to disappear. And then we'll add to that method to increment the score counter, which we haven't done yet. We've got an issue on GitHub for that as well. So let's change this this one to that overlap, and it's going to be this dot missile, and then it's going to be with this dot asteroid, and it's going to be hit asteroid, we'll call it asteroid. And then we'll create another function below, which is called hit asteroid. I don't think I have any properties. Collect as player and star, okay? So in our case, it's going to have missile, missile, comma, asteroid. And then what we want it to do is we're going to say both of them, I guess. So it's going to be missile dot, what do they call it? Disable body, true, okay. Shame I don't say what that is. Maybe I should read the writing that comes with it. Disabled or disabled? Okay, and then we want one for asteroid. What's wrong with that? Unused method is used. Collect star, oh, and then put function in front of it. But it's a class, oh, that might be an issue. Andrew, you might be right about using classes in the ES6 stuff. Oh, I can just go this, can't I? Can I go this? I don't know, that might work. Let's have a look. So what we're hoping for now is when we shoot the asteroid, it disappears. Yes, okay. Yes. I was expecting to have issues, as with technical development and coding, we always know there's always issues. So what else can we do? If they disappear, we haven't done the score part yet. Should we get some more coming out? How else can we do that?
Well, you need a sound effect, don't you? When the missile
oh
hits the
yes,
asteroid,
sound effect. That isn't the issue. I wasn't following it. See, explodes, disappears. Okay, explodes we can do later, but it does disappear. Sound effect, and we know how to do that, so it shouldn't take too long. Sound effect. How can we find sound effects? So I think we've got sound effects here. What can we do? If everyone can see the writing here on the left, what have we got? Explosion. How do you play that? Let me bring up Finder, and I can play it in Finder. Assets, sound effects, explosion. Yeah, I like that. Okay, we got one. First time, I like that. So
I've added the audio file for that one at the top, so it's preloaded in. You should be able to just.
Oh, you did it already? Okay, awesome.
I can add it for you. It'd be down in the hit asteroid, right? We need to just say fire. What's my fire sound? It's explode sound.
I think your this folder names are incorrect though. Is it not under game burp?
I copied the relative path from the side menu, so.
I think your ID is out of date.
It may be that it's picked up some extra ones, yeah. I'll copy the relative path of the other one. You are right, there is two of them there.
Oh, the other one probably didn't get deleted.
Yeah.
Because Fluebits would have copied it over for you before I committed it to Git. So yeah, you'll have to do a Git status. Anything with a question mark, probably just ditch it out.
Yeah. So we need to add the sound for explosion.
No hands. Andrew's doing all the work. This is like pair programming remotely.
We can set the volume for that as well, right? So
yeah, make it low.
explosion sound. Press a little bit louder than the 5, so 22.
Okay. I'm good, happy with that.
Put together so they're next to each other, shall we? Group them up a little.
Yeah, grouping them up sounds good.
And then, similar to when we want to play the sound, we can just add that down the bottom. We say explosion.
Oh, let me scroll a bit so people can see.
So down the bottom there we add explosion sound play.
Nice. Okay.
That should be it, right? So give it a go.
That was quick. It looks good. Oh.
Nice.
Awesome. Now we need to also, actually thinking about it, we need to do the collision with the player, and then they both disappear, and it can be like game over or something.
Apologies if you can't hear me too well. We are talking across the internet over Discord, and it's coming, I guess, out of Eddie's speakers back into his microphone.
I'll put my volume up. Okay, Andrew, try now. Is that better for Andrew?
Yeah, can you hear me any better? Obviously, what I'm saying is not that important anyhow.
Andrew's doing all the work. I'm just watching.
Well, you pick what to do. I'm starting to figure out what goes on in this thing. So
cool. But now the problem is the shooting and everything else is going to be a lot louder. That must be quite loud for people. How's the explosion?
Well, can we drop it down quieter? What about like 0.0? How many integers does it let you go down to?
I don't know. Did you do the keep them relative though as well?
Well, so I've dropped the fire sound to 0.04, but I put the explosion at 0.1, so it's probably still a fraction louder again now. How's that?
Let's find out. That sounds a bit better, quieter. Yeah, I think that's good. Can everyone hear Andrew better? Okay, so while that, I think maybe we should commit that. That's looking pretty good. I think that issue is kind of done, right? Sound effect done. Okay, so if I do a commit on that, therefore if anyone wants to take a look at the repo, they can. Just git status, git commit, and I want to put the issue in the name, so it just ties it up. An issue number, sorry. Asteroid appears and can be shot. Okay. Right. Okay.
So I guess next up you want to just randomly spawn a few asteroids, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's create an issue for that. I don't think we've got one. Making the player collide with the objects, asteroids, etc. Nice. Okay, that's good. Let me add the milestone to that. Awesome. So thank you, Rudbar, for that. That's cool. We will do that. And then let's also, I can do that at the same time while Andrew does this one. So multiple asteroids. Okay, so Andrew will do multiple asteroids, and I will do player colliding. Let's see how this works. Well, both of us changing code. Probably going to be a disaster. It sounds like they can hear you better, but it sounds like you're speaking out of the pipe. Okay. Yeah,
you're gonna have to figure out how to get the loop back out, or on sound or something. I don't know. There must be a way of capturing Discord's
sound. Maybe I can have a play now, but I might break everything.
Yeah, let's not play around with the settings for now. You have to take it, note on board, try and figure it out for later.
Yeah, hopefully I can just grab the output directly from Discord and straight into the streaming. Okay, so Andy's going to do that, and I'm going to do the collide. So overlap. So it's not with the fire. It's going to be with. We have to do it on an update because the player is going to be moving. So on update, we probably want to collide the player with the asteroid, and what will happen is. Okay, let me rename some of these because hit asteroid, so that should be shoot asteroid. If I change this to shoot asteroid, and then we'll duplicate that and call it hit asteroid, and that's when the player hits the asteroid. Hit asteroid, and we won't have a missile, we'll have a player. and here player asteroid, and it should be hit asteroid. Okay. What's wrong with this? Unresolved. Oh, I'm missing a T. Okay, there we go. So we would want player to be disabled, and explosion again. Let's just see if there's another sound we can use. Negative, failure, servo, impact. No, I do not think that's the one we need for that. Vocal evil. I don't know if that name kind of makes sense, but let's go for that. So vocal evil, just to make it a bit different. Copy relative, add it to the top. So in the preload, we will want explode. Actually, you know what? Let's just use the same explode. Just keep it simple. So therefore, that should work, and it should make the explode sound. Okay, Andrew, I've done my bit. Am I safe to refresh, or should I wait a bit longer for you to do your bit? What do you think?
Well, what I've got will probably throw a few asteroids onto the page, but chances are you can only destroy one of them. Is my guess.
That's fine. That's no problem. Oh, there's quite a few. They got a whole wall of them.
Yeah, they're all spawning at the same time right now.
Okay, so
as I said, only one of them is going to pick up the hitbox because this asteroid is being reused. So I need to somehow say any asteroid, not just the last one that got created.
Oh, it's the last one.
Saying this asteroid, right?
Let me hit it.
But yeah, you could say randomly you could kill one asteroid. Which one is it?
Yeah. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Okay. So we've got the collision with the asteroid working, so that's good. You got to shoot one. Some of them are phantom one. Oh, first shot. First shot. Got it. Okay. Quite interesting when you can make your own game, and what you find kind of interesting and fun. Okay. If anyone does have any questions, any ideas, just throw it out there in the chat. Don't be shy. I forgot to say that before. Getting a bit too excited in the game. Okay, so right, what should I do next? What was else on my list? So player collide, Andrew. Player collide. I've done this one. So player collide with object asteroid. Okay, so I'm going to close that because I've done that one. And what else have we got? Multiple asteroids Andrew's doing. Scoreboard. I'm going to bring that up. Let's do the scoreboard. Display starting score, which will be 0, increment and store after shooting an asteroid. And then we probably want to reset score after hitting asteroid. Okay, those are the 3 things that I'm going to do next. I did see in their docs how to put text on the screen. A score to settle. Here we go. Score and score text. And score text is set up in the function. Score text. Okay. It's all going to be 0. Okay, and then collect star. We need to modify the collect star function so that the player picks up a star. Okay, that looks easy enough. Looks pretty straightforward. So let's set the text in the, I think the preload probably. So add text, score is 0, font size, fill, and I'm guessing that's the position. Let's have a look. Is it safe to reload, Andrew? Is parent of undefined. Is that me or you, Andrew?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure if I was muted. That's probably me. I've added the asterisk to an array. There you go. That might fix it temporarily by just using the first entry in the array.
Okay, no, that fixed it. That's fine. But my text isn't appearing, so I need to look into that. Why is that not working? I know why. I think I need to. We add text. Do we need to? I've probably because I put it in the preload. I'm guessing it needs to be in the create. Let's have a look now. Oh, first unlucky, hit the one, or do they all have a... Okay, they all don't have a collision yet. Why is my text not appearing? 16, 16. Should be near the top. The writing is black. I'll make it white. Anybody see the writing? Make it massive, just in case. 64. No, I don't see it. What have I misread here? Score text. That's fine. I'm not using those yet, so that's okay. In the create function, okay, I think I did that. Yep, it's in the create. Okay. 16, 16 is the coordinate. That's fine. If anyone has the answers, do say. A collect star bit is easy enough to do. Why? Let me just make it a bit crazier. Oops. Too crazy. Just to see. Oh, maybe it needs to come after the sky image. Yeah, okay, now we can see it. Score 0. Okay. So it needs to come after the image. That's good to know. It must come after. It lays them in order, so new ones get put on top. And 62 was way too big. I don't know. 24 maybe? I think you broke something, Andrew. Well, I suppose you saved it when you're mid the way through something. There we go. 0 is 2. It's still quite big. We could probably make that 16, and we can probably put it further in the corner still. Just 10 and 10 maybe. There we go. Score 0. Okay. So what we will do is so score 0. We'll change that.
Just a quick update. I think you can now shoot any asteroids that comes on the screen if you want to give it a try.
Nice. Okay. 2 seconds. I'm just going to add the score as well. So score is going to be score, and in here we will just do this. Score equals 0. Let's see if it all ties together. Okay, this score equals 0. Oh, this needs to be this score. And then down here, when we, where is it? Shoot an asteroid, we're going to say this dot score. Is it plus equals? And then 10. Give us 10 points. Let's see. Oh no, what happened to my score? I can't collide with all of them though. Okay. Couldn't collide with them.
Do you need to redraw the score?
Maybe. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Can you have a look at why I didn't collide with the other asteroids? Set text. Okay, yeah, you're right. I did need to do that. So I can actually make this in the create simpler, because it can just be 0. And it can just be a single quote rather than a backtick, because there's going to be no JavaScript in there. And then score. Okay, why do I need to add it to the global if it's not used anywhere? It probably might get eventually used. And then just go with this score. Score text. Ah, they saved it. Okay, so we can do that as well. In here. So if we go this score text equals that. And if we go down back to here and say this score text. Oh, refreshing the wrong page. So now my score should increase. 10 points. 20, 30. On fire. Okay. Nice. What we should do over time is just get a bigger wave of asteroids to come out, and then just see how long who can last the longest.
But I need to figure out how to do a delay because at the moment it's creating the warp instantly, and as such, I get an array instantly back from it, right? So what you can then do is each time you loop through the array, you attach to it the various overlaps. But if you put a delay in saying, let's wait 5 seconds for each asteroid to appear, then I guess you're never going to build that array. So we need to attach all this stuff as we're creating the asteroids. So I need to probably reorganize the code a little bit, tidy that up.
Okay. Or what you could do is maybe just for the short term, could you do it so when you shoot an asteroid, a new one appears? So therefore, each time you kind of destroy one, a new one comes along. But then I guess if you miss it, the new one won't come along. So that's kind of stupid. Yeah, ignore me. I just thought through my idea, and realised it sucked.
Okay, let's have a little think. We need to reorganise it a bit because you've got an issue every time you fire a missile at the moment. It's the missile that's causing the trigger. Do we need to have a register on the asteroid that says every time I fire a new bullet, I need to register with the asteroid that this bullet exists, perhaps?
How do you mean? Sorry, explain that again.
Well, the asteroids can be added to the screen dynamically, yeah? But
yeah.
The bullets are added every time I press the button.
Yeah.
So, because if I fire a bullet, an asteroid is going to appear on the screen. That bullet is in play, but the asteroid's just come into play. So if that bullet was to collide with a new asteroid, it won't register, right? Because we've only registered with the asteroids we know about. If the asteroid is registering with the bullet, you almost need a two-way registration, don't you? Because otherwise the asteroid's going to load when the bullets, for what bullets there are. Okay, we need to figure out how we do that two-way registration.
I think that you shouldn't do it on the bullets like I suggested, though. I think you should do it on a timer, like you said.
Yeah, I assume the game has got a time in it, so you can randomly pick from the time. You need to have a look and see, does the game have a time element to it? How long have you been playing for? As such, every second there's a, 80% chance a new asteroid's going to appear.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe do it on a percentage. Okay.
The question is, in that case, what do we do to tap to some time? But I'll try and reorganise the code. I have to try to think of a way that we can have this, that the two ends can register with one another. The bullet knows about the asteroids know about the bullets.
Should I commit what we've got so far then?
Yeah, so I've got an idea. Let me explain the idea. I think what we should do is perhaps continue that every new bullet registers with all asteroids on the screen. When a new asteroid appears, it needs to register with all existing bullets on the screen. So then you've got that two-way registration, I think.
Okay. I think we've got something working, so let me commit that. Let me just refresh this again. I just wanted to play the game. Who am I kidding? I can't hit these two, I don't think. Yeah, 100. 10 out of 10. Okay, let me commit this before we break it. Git commit minus we're just going to say, we've got, what did we do? We did the score, and we did multiple asteroids. Okay, so let me put some issue numbers down. So on GitHub we had score, display the starting score, increment the score, resets the score after it's hit an asteroid. That's kind of doesn't make sense at the moment because we just reload the page for the time being. So I'm going to cross that out for the time being. So that's number 11. And the one Andrew was doing was multiple asteroids, number 16. We can close that too. So it's 11 and 16 is going to be multiple asteroids and score and keeping score. Okay, let me push that up if anyone else wants to see it. Don't forget you can see it on Fluebit as well. Okay. Okay, that's pushed up. What else have we got on here? So we've also got vary the velocity and direction and size of the asteroid. Asteroid splitting into smaller ones. Okay, I wouldn't mind some game background music. I might shift that up a bit. Scrolling background would be nice too. I want to shift that up too. And then I did put one in here after lunch, which was use Travis CI to build the project and deploy to GitHub pages. I think that'd be pretty cool, because then we can everyone can just play it without downloading it and running the kind of the local mini server. And I'm still quite keen to make it multiplayer. So power ups, and then I don't know if we get onto power ups today, make your shit bigger, shoot faster, and all the rest. But then yeah, in the near future maybe multiplayer. So whoever goes to the browser gets a ship, and then we all can work together. I think that'd be pretty cool. But any ideas? I've got some more stars. Thanks Rudbar and Lynn. I think I already thanked Connor and Sneakies already earlier on today. But thank you all. That's cool. Right, I'm going to move the npm start down, not because it's not important. I'm just, I think it's quite an easy one to do. I think. So someone else wants to add that. Feel free. Okay. Well, Andrew, so what did you say you're going to do? Shall I make an issue so we can keep track of it? What was the issue?
So what I want to do is add asteroids on a periodic timer.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah.
Looks like there is something here that says you can create timers and attach things to those timers, or a function to that timer. So I'm going to have a quick play with that. But I think I've reorganized the code a little bit now, so when an asteroid appears on the page, it should register with all existing bullets on the page as well. There is a downside to this though. We're just building up an array, so every time new asteroids, new bullets come, we're adding to an array, so there's a memory problem there. So we need to have some kind of, this might be something you want to look at, when the missile leaves the screen or has been destroyed, to remove it from that array as well.
Yep, okay. When it collides with something, that's pretty easy because we've got two functions for that. When it leaves the kind of the game bounds, that might be a bit trickier. But let's at least start the collision. So what was I thinking? Okay. And what's the variable you've got these arrays going into? Oh, here we go. Asteroids and bullets. So you want when they get destroyed to remove them. Okay. Otherwise it's going to get bigger and bigger. Yeah, we can sort it out. So if you hit an asteroid, we want to remove it out of that array. Let me think. Any ideas? People joining in? Let me think. What can we do? We'd want to. Let's find out what's in the array actually. Let's just find out where it's used. You can see Andrew's typing below. Okay, so asteroids. Let's do bullets first because there'll be loads more of them. So there's a map over that. Okay, so we add bullets each time one is fired. So we add bullets to there. And it's a missile object, but we don't know what ID. Does it have an ID? Let's think about this. We might have to add. What would the ID be? Let's console log it and have a look, see what's inside. So just before it goes into the array, let's console log that missile. Let's have a look. This is what we've got. So we've got, hopefully you can see that on my screen. We've got arcade image. Actually, it should know what's collided because we have probably the object there. So I'm guessing we can find that object. Let's try. Let's do shoot asteroid. So when we shoot the asteroid, we want to do this dot bullets dot find. So we know what the bullet is. You know, you've called it bullets. We should probably call the missile bullet singular. Otherwise we've got missile and bullet, a bit confusing. Because isn't the bullets a collection of missiles?
No, you're right. I did call it bullets, and I saw they were called missiles. I should have gone back and wasn't sure what we want to call them though. If you've got different weapons in the future, perhaps different types of bullet, are they always going to look the same, or are you going to have different types of?
They're probably different types. Should we just call it ammo? Ammo, is that the right word?
It's something that's already been fired off, right?
Yeah. Shot and then shots with an S.
Maybe it's a collection of shots. I don't know. We can always rename it later.
Okay.
We're going to go and call them missiles for now. This is consistent, I guess.
I'm happy to change it to shot and then shots instead of bullets. I don't mind.
Neither do I. You pick.
Actually, I'm going to change. I will have to. It will pick up these things. Let me change it to missiles with an S. So I'm going to change bullets to missiles with an S, if that's okay. If everyone's happy, because only like a couple of changes. So. Missiles with an S. Here we go. Replace all. Hopefully that still works. I haven't busted it.
It's broken from my attempt at adding a time event at the moment, I think.
Okay, no worries. You carry on. I was doing a find. Oh, I broke find as well. Wait a second. Try. Try now.
I've just undone mine.
Yeah, it seems okay. I can't move though. I'm not clicked on it, that's probably why. Yeah, there we go. Okay, look at this last one. Boom, headshot. So, okay, we go back into my find. So we want to remove the missile. So what we should probably do to make sure it works is if we console log this dot missiles dot length before and afterwards. So if we copy that line and we do it afterwards, then we can see if it finds it. So we want to go through the array of missiles, and we'll have I think you did an undo and it took my work away.
Oh.
I probably did the same for you as well though a minute ago. I didn't think I forgot about that.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay, you must be careful with that. Both of us. I can't believe I did it. I hope I didn't do any of your work. So if this missile that just got fired is equal to, oh no, not fine. We want to filter, and we want to say where the current missile is not equal to. There's too many. Let's call this item. Item. Then we can say that's missile. Let's just come in. So hopefully each time we fire one, the array will, let's see. Each time we fire one, it will increase in size, then it should then decrease. So this number should probably actually be the same, because it will be, let's have a look and see, let's run it and see. 3, 3, 3, yeah. 8, that's fine. I think that's okay. Each time it collides, it disappears. I think that works. However, what we need to do is also when it leaves the area, because if we go like this, it's gonna just use up the memory. So what else do we do? Same with the asteroid. If you hit an asteroid, no, but the game's over when you hit an asteroid. Shoot asteroid, hit asteroid. Those names are terrible. I need to sort those out. How's everyone doing? What are you thinking? The game's coming along well? Do you think the game's coming along a bit further? Okay, while Andrew's doing that, I might pick up something easy. Well, actually, if someone else wants to contribute it, what I was going to suggest is do some CSS and change the background to be black, maybe center the game in the middle, and we could maybe change the background of the game to be like black stars or something. And maybe have a bit of a think around that. But just the white background doesn't look good. I might actually just do that now real quick. I don't think we've got a CSS file included. Okay, I will add an issue. We can add it to the things we do. If anyone else wants to pick it up, do jump in. I know we've got some people who like CSS and so forth. Seems good. Thanks, Evie Brink. Still lots more work to do, but if you've just joined, I don't know if you saw the game, so you've got a score at the top, and you can shoot the asteroids. I think you can collide. Yeah, and it's like game over. I should actually say game over. Let's add that to the issue list as well. So CSS to make the page background black. Okay, so if anyone wants to do that, they're more than welcome to. Then also another one we want to do is game over text when colliding with asteroid. Okay. I'm going to do the game over text right now because that's really easy. I did some text with the score. So let's have a look. So here's the text with the score. So we only want to display that when in the hit asteroid, or we hit the asteroid. So what I want to do is, we'll do it in the middle, so it's 800 wide by 600, so kind of in the middle, I'm guessing is about, I don't know if it does it from the center of the text or from the beginning, but it'd be 400 across and 300 down. And the text is going to be, just change it to lowercase s, game over, game over. We probably want to make it quite big, maybe 64. And does anyone remember the CSS style for red? Is it F00 or FF0 or something? Let's have a look. Let me just collide. Game over. Does it always appear in the same place? I think it does. I quite like it though. I think it's pretty good. Then we can play some music maybe. What do you reckon? We've got some soundtracks in that file. Let's see what they've got. Alarm, coins, electric shock. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Footsteps, no. Negative failure. Yeah, I like that. It's a bit longer. Sounds good. Okay, so negative failure, copy relative path, and cool. You just joined. Well, hopefully the games are evolved a bit in the last few hours or so. Well, I've only been going this part of it for about, what does my OBS streamer say? 1 hour, exactly 1 hour actually. So I've only been going 1 hour, and hopefully you can see it coming along. You can also see Andrew typing. I'm not, no hands. Oh, he stops typing when I put my hands up. Okay, that looks like it was I was typing, but I'm not. I'm actually going to go and just add that sound. So we have audio. I'm going to call it game over. Game over. Let me add that, and then what we have, when you shoot an asteroid, we play the sound, explosion sound. But if I remember correctly, in the create, do I need to create the sound? I do. And the volume. Okay, so let's do another one. And it's called game over. And we'll call it game over. Volume, I don't know, 2. That's pretty bad. Yeah, you can see Andrew's typing. It's not me. Okay. Remote pairing, and we're going to play the sound down here. Hit asteroid, that's what it was. This dot game over dot play. Oh, we have put sound at the end of all our stuff though, so I probably want to just rename that to have sound at the end to be consistent. Game over sound. There we go. That resource I think is fine. We haven't appended audio to that. Back down here. There we go. If we give that a go. Level 1 is not defined. broken bracket. Are you changing something at the moment, Andrew?
You said I know. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I was just trying to add this timer, so I'm not sure the timer's working though. But what's the error?
This time.create is not a function.
Okay. Yeah, this is getting back to the phaser 1 or phaser 2 examples crossed over with phaser 3 stuff.
Okay, no worries. You carry on. You carry on.
Those out.
I was going to say, no problem, you can carry on. We've got Evie Brink, and I know she's a CSS expert, so I was going to do some styling on the page. But if you've commented out, I can just run it just to make sure the music plays. There we go, drive straight into it. Nice. Okay, I'll leave that with you, Andrew. And we'll go to, yeah.
So you're going to add some Angular 5 to the site, yeah?
Angular 5? I don't think you need Angular 5, it's a bit overkill. It's like a sledgehammer, crack a walnut.
Of course.
Yes, okay. Because I use Angular 5 a lot, I actually forgotten even how to include a style sheet. So Evie Brink, do jump in and say, it is style, right?
Link. You need to probably link it. You create a CSS file and do a link with Bell style sheet and put that into the head tag so you can access it as a separate file. It's probably better than doing it in line.
Okay, so you do remember, I completely forgot. And it's self-closing, right? Yeah.
So the head tag is called link. Well, you don't need to put a slash on the end, but yeah, it's simple.
Okay. So in assets, should I put it in assets? Assets should have been outside source actually. I just realised that. I can move that later. It's not a problem. But in source, we will have. Or should it be in assets? I want to put it in assets, and then just a directory and just go CSS, and then create a new file, and we'll call it, I don't know, styles.css. Okay, and then we will go assets / CSS styles.css. Is that correct? The modern day, that's the only downside to getting used to a framework, Angular, React, and Vue. We get used to workflow like that. Yeah, we do, absolutely. Absolutely. I was watching Evie Brink doing, what was it you were doing? Was it Code Academy or something like that? And you were doing some things that I couldn't even remember. I was just thinking, vaguely rings a bell, but I just don't remember it. I don't use it, and that's really bad. Become very, very rusty in kind of the foundations. And we get the framework to do a lot for us. So I think it's good to go back to basics sometimes. Cannot find declaration to go to. I've pulled that right, haven't I? Copy relative path. Oh, source assets, of course. So if I save that, we can go body. Hopefully this is correct. I'm not going to show myself up and look really silly. Background. Let's make it black to begin with. That's grey. Black. If I hit save, hopefully it's not in a broken state. That didn't work. Let me just check. Head has got that. Let me go to network resources. All. Where's the CSS? CSS. It didn't load it, funny enough. Sound works. What have I done wrong? I personally use Vue myself, but I force myself every couple of months to go back to basics. Yeah, that's really good. I think that's important. Oh, free code camp. That was the one. I knew it was one of those ones. How's that going, by the way? When's your next stream? It's really good to see people, not only just on the coding journey, but going back to the basics, and I can kind of learn from you as well. I always find I learn from everyone, so it's brilliant. Just so I don't get rusty. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so body didn't work.
While you're doing that, just a quick question. If I was to strip out this class, I do wonder if this class is causing the problem. How annoying would that be?
It depends, how long is it going to take you?
It'll probably take a minute or two. We'll have to get rid of this is when we're referencing class variables. But I just don't think you get access to some of the phase of 3 stuff very well. It's not designed to work with classes, I don't think.
Okay, well I'll tell you what, can I commit it first, just in case you do balls it up?
Yeah, go for it.
It's good practice. So I think it's in a working state, isn't it? I'm not going to commit the CSS, probably tonight. Okay, cool. I'll have a look, and then. But while I'm just committing this, I don't know if you're able to have a think to find out why this isn't working. Do I need anything else on this link to include it as a separate style sheet? In an hour or so. Okay, awesome. I want to be stopping in about an hour or so it works out well. I can watch your stream afterwards.
And you can pass the raid on as well, right?
Oh yeah, we'll raid your stream. Yes. So hopefully you start before we finish, and then what I'll do, we'll do what Andrew did to me, and I'll raid your stream. So everyone in this channel just ends up on your channel, which we did today for the first time, I think. So we're quite. Yesterday, I learned hosting, and I think I've hosted you, and I've hosted Andrew, and Andrew hosted me, and then we'll try and do raid. Did you leave out the href in the link? Andrew's telling me it's a rel. I don't remember. Is it a href?
Yeah, you need href as well. You need to rel its style sheet.
Oh, of course, yes.
So you're telling me that its relationship is a style sheet, but yeah, you need href to where the file is.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. That has... Yes, you've got a black background now. Okay, awesome. Score of 20. Okay, black background, nice. Okay, thank you very much. Let me commit this so Andrew can make those changes. So now that's working, I'm going to commit it as well. So git commit, and what did we do? We did styling for page. We did something else. If I just do a git diff. We added missiles and asteroids. I thought, okay, game over sound. Okay, I'm not going to put all that all in. But styling for page, game over sound. If I just grab those issue numbers. Game over when colliding, 19 and 18. So 18 and 19 we've done. I'll add that in here. 18 and hash 19. Okay. Push master. Okay. Andrew, go ahead. You can refactor that and CSS to make the background black. Close it. There we go. Right. Okay, some more comments. Like this, rel style sheet, href. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of got a bit confused there. That's my very bad using Angular just to do all the magic for me. You can declare type CSS type to keep it exact to. Okay, that's not required. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Okay, we've got another star. Who's the other star? Eve Link Brink. Evelina Brink, I think. Okay, cool. You starred it, and you did you fork it as well? Oh, you forked it too. Okay, brilliant. So if you want to contribute, please do. What I can do is, if you want, if you look, the game is off to the left, so we're thinking about centering it, and maybe centering it vertically as well if it's not too hard. And if you want, you can do that as a pull request. And if you need a hand with that, let us know. So you forked it. You know the git commands because you helped me with those yesterday. I'm going to have to do a commit. So do a commit to your fork with the changes, and then you go to the original repo and you go to pull request, and then just create the pull request, and we'll review it and we'll accept it. If that's okay, I guess just say yes or no. I don't want to force you to do something if you don't want to, but hopefully you do. If you can to contribute some source code, that'd be awesome. While you're having a think or waiting for the message to load up, there's like a 30-second delay on the chat. Thinking of what else we need to do. So we've got asteroids appearing on a timer. Andrew is just refactoring, and then he's gonna do that. And then we have also got varying velocity, direction, and size of the asteroid. And we've got splitting asteroid into smaller ones. Game background music. Let me try and find some background music for the game. And I want to change the background of the game as well. I don't I don't like that image, that kind of sky. It looks a bit kind of blocky, and the quality doesn't seem so great. So let's get some music first. So open source music. I think it's open source music. Free music archive. That's the one I was thinking of. Let me see. There's an experimental. There was something instrumental. What can we do? I probably want a game one, but those electronic. Let me just see what they've got in here. Electronic, minimal, techno. I don't know. Just play one. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that could have been a bad choice. Let's try and pick another one. Let's just use that for the time being. I'll just download that. Okay, so now I've got that. We can. How are you getting on, Andrew, by the way? Oh, you'll have a look at it. Brilliant. Thank you, Evie Brink. That's awesome. Any problems, give us a shout and we'll give you a hand.
Getting there, I think. I'm just double checking against some of their examples, how to lay it out. So.
Okay, no worries.
Couple minutes more.
No problem. We've got assets, CSS, sound effects. I might just stick it into this folder for now. So I did download that. Let me put that into there. Okay. So we've got the background music, just another play. How does it go in the middle of the game? Quite energetic for our game. I think that sounds good. Okay, we'll add that in a minute when Andrew's ready. I'm going to put the game music to the top because I can add that quite quickly. I'll do a play at as soon as the game loads, and maybe when you crash or die at the end, the game stops, so I can leave the music running. Using Canvas, we're using Phaser, which I think uses Canvas underneath. So it's quite clever. I think it switches between if your browser is I think I can do Canvas, then I'll use that. If not, it has some fallback methods as well. What else we got? Okay, so the other thing I was going to look at was some images. So space. Let's just do space. Let's see if we can get a decent background image. We want to get a background image that can repeat if it's scrolling maybe as well. Something like this. We'll try this one for now, so save the downloads. Okay, so let's bring this and call this sky. If I call that sky and overwrite the existing sky, replace, then hopefully that should work. So again, background music. Is it safe to refresh it, Andrew? If not, don't worry. I'll log a ticket and say change.
I'll be able to stop muting myself. Not quite, I'm just having to update a couple of things that changed, because you don't reference with this.physics, you reference with this.arcade notes and things.
Okay.
So I'm just doing things like that. I need to just update.
No,
doing final replaces on that.
No problem. So also we can create issues. Yeah, it does. I use Phaser and P5JS a lot. Okay, you use Phaser a lot. Awesome. So you are a resident expert in Phaser now. Well done for nominating yourself. So when we get stuck, or if you see any improvements, do just jump in and say. It's our first time using Phaser. We started last night, and we were off to a difficult start because we tried it in TypeScript first, because we all like TypeScript, but a lot of the examples weren't in TypeScript. So we moved to JavaScript, and what we found is a lot of examples are in Phaser 2 rather than Phaser 3. So that kind of was difficult as well. So yeah, so we had a bit of a challenging start, but today we're racing ahead, and just to buy some more time, I'm gonna show off my big screens again. This is my setup. I'm very proud of it, as you can tell. And hopefully buy Andrew some more time to just finish refactoring out of ES6 into ES5. So this modern day, when you write your phaser games, do you use TypeScript?
There's not ES6 stuff in there, right? It's just we're dropping using the ES6 classes, because the classes create a different scope on the page, and all these examples that we're working through are not using classes. So there's certain things that we don't seem to be able to gain access to the normal way. Once we've figured out how to build the game, maybe we can then reintroduce classes later.
No, that's true. That's a fair point. Okay, so Andrew explained that a lot better than I did. Okay, what else can we do in the game? Think of game functionality. So asteroids appear on a timer, vary velocity and direction, the size of asteroids, splitting asteroids into smaller ones, scrolling background. What else? Do we want an end guy, like an end baddie or something? Let me see if we've got any. I guess you could use one of the bigger ships, maybe. Station, what's a station? Doesn't look like a very good station. Can we use any of these as a bad guy? What else have we got? Buildings. Put some blocks in the way, but they're kind of a bit. If you have blocks in space. Someone did suggest adding some gravity to the asteroids. So I guess the bullets will come closer to it maybe or something. So we'd have it, that could be an idea. I might log that as a ticket, as an idea. Asteroids to have gravity, to affect spaceship, and to affect other asteroids, and also bullets. Missiles, I don't know what we called them. That'd be quite an interesting one. So if you've got an asteroid coming, I suppose, and a bullet's just above it, it won't hit it. The gravity will pull it round and diagonal and backwards. So therefore, if there's asteroid just above it, it will then kind of miss it. So if you don't hit it directly on, you can't maybe wing it and luckily hit something else behind it. So that should be quite an interesting one. I'm gonna drag that down. That shouldn't be at the top. The Death Star as a baddie. Okay, yeah, I like it. And it can shoot back at us. Yes, okay. Let me, while we're waiting for Andrew to refactor that, let me look for a Death Star image. Death Star images. With a cat in it, what do you reckon? Are any of these a PNG? I suppose it's a black background, doesn't matter. But we'd want, so it should have a transparent background. Broken one? Broken Death Star? Something like this, a cartoony one? What do people think? Make it so you pass it several times as it's under construction, and then one with it firing. Oh, I see, okay. At the end, nice. Okay, so kind of build it up. So maybe get, if we can find one that's under construction with a transparent background. Those are all built. That hasn't got a transparent background, that has. I suppose we could also do it faded maybe, so it as you pass it, it's really distant, like I don't know, really kind of far away, and when you do pass it, it kind of gets a bit more, a bit less faint. Or another way we could always have it in the corner, and it doesn't do anything though, and it's faint. And as you shoot more asteroids, when you get to, I don't know, a score of 100, it kind of becomes solid and it appears. I don't know. I like the broken idea, but we might have to do that later on. I suppose that's a broken one, but it's going to turn in from that to that. Yeah, that could work. Let's give that a go actually. Let me save this. Save to downloads, and then save to downloads. Let's do that. Okay. Let's add that as an issue so I don't forget. Death Star as an as a level, end level baddie, and then we'll say appears under construction throughout the game at a certain score. Show the Death Star complete. Death Star moves and shoots back. Being shot dies. Okay, it's kind of a given, but let's add that. Yeah, if you can search for some resources, that'd be awesome. Okay. Let's put that over there. Okay. Evie Brink, how are you getting on? Do you need a hand of anything? Do let us know. We're all learning here, so let us know and we can try and help. Okay, how's Andrew getting on? Let's have a look at this. I don't think my Flubits is updating.
Well, mostly we're working. It's just the destroy. When an asteroid is being added, there's an error coming up. So I'm not sure that it was on disabled body, I think, a second ago. Just tried using destroy instead, but that's not working either.
Okay.
So for some reason, the ability to destroy something is causing an error, but otherwise, it looks like the game is loading again. So
cool. Okay, are you doing that in a separate workspace? Because I don't see that in Flubits.
I don't think so.
Nothing's changed on my side.
Oh, I've done it in game.js instead.
Oh, I see. Got you. Okay.
I've added everything to game.js, so it's not in the level 1 file anymore.
Got you. Okay. No, that makes sense.
So you could probably, well, I haven't deleted it because you might want to try it out again and see if some of the things work once they work in here.
No problem. Delete it. It'll be in the Git history anyway. Okay, let me refresh this, and I wanted to check the music. Oh, I haven't added the music. I want to check the background. The background hasn't changed. Why is the background not changing? So you still load level 1. Should I disable that in index.html so we don't load that?
Hang on a minute, what have you got? Oh, sorry, I'm just going to look at your screen.
I've just commented out the level 1.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need that anymore, I guess.
Delete it, I suppose. For some reason, oh, there's an error on that file at the moment. But yeah, the old background was loading. I should have had a new background.
There was a new one, just all stars, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. I can't show you my, well, probably screen share if I see it, but...
Can you, the bit you were just working on that's just caused it to break, can you comment that out for a second? There we go, okay. Do I need to resave the file, maybe? That sounds awful. Stop! Go away!
I'm not sure about that sound that's coming in.
No, that sound I think is me. I've put the gate. Oh, no, that sound's not me because the game over sound worked. That sounded awful. I've just downloaded it, so I'm looking through the code right now. Okay, Evie Brink, thanks. No problem. Take your time, and like I said, just shout if you have any questions. That was an awful sound. Let me go back a page. It sounds like one of the sounds is repeating. It's the game sound, or we can just comment it out and see which one, but it looks like one of the sounds is stuck. Let's see where have we got sound. Let's just comment all of them out and just make sure that see if it disappears. Okay, go back again. Cover your ears, people. Add of undefined. Explosion, play sound. I'm just commenting out all the sounds, by the way, to make sure that's.
I don't think you need to. I think I might have stopped it from doing that anyway, so you can put them back on.
Oh really? Okay, I'm not gonna. I was about to undo, but I might undo your work. So actually, I'm just gonna manually uncomment those out again. So what was causing the sound issue?
I think when you do that, there's like this extend thing that is being used when you want to add a function, but it looks like the extend automatically calls it. So
let's try.
Because you need to use extend to do stuff. I think you don't get to pass variables around in that case, which means you probably can't destroy stuff at the moment.
I can shoot, I can move around. But okay, you continue with that. I'm gonna find out why this background isn't updated, because the background should be sky, should be that, not this one's the old one. Let's see, images. Where is it? Sky. So that one we removed. Why is it still calling that one? It's probably because it's the same name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it. So we're going to call it space, and I'm going to rename it in the code. The browser's obviously caching it. So sky, we will call space. And let's just rename it. Let's try that again. Okay, there you go, looks better. Score of 10. Nice. Okay, let me remove that console log of every time I shoot as well. I don't need that. Console log. Oh, adding, that's yours. I'll leave that console log in there for you. The console log that I have, where's that one? Create asteroid. Oh yeah, here we go. Missile fire. Don't need that one anymore. Done. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, this modern day also wrote something was stuck in a loop. Yeah, it sounded like it. Do you have asteroids spawning in different sizes? No, not yet. The sizes haven't been done yet. There is a ticket for that.
Okay, you've got asteroids spawning every 2 seconds.
So asteroids appearing on a timer, and we've got vary velocity, direction, and size of the asteroid. Every 2 seconds. Let's give that a go. Gonna get a high score, 110. Okay, they're a bit close together. We need to kind of sort that out.
Yeah, you could do with either reducing the number on the screen or.
Let me just crash and make sure that works. Nice. Okay. Let's let me just finish off what I was. I've changed the sky, so I'm going to close that. Should we commit what we've done if that's all working?
Hang on a second. I'm just going to change the speed of some of the asteroids so you get some random speed on them.
Okay.
Give me a second just to add that.
Let's do some random sizes as well, just like this modern day was saying. Okay, I'll look at the sizes. You look at the speed. So we said asteroids. You're putting it in the fire though to change the velocity.
Have I? Oh yes.
Wherever it was. Yeah, we probably want to put it in the create. Here you go, create asteroids or something. In the create asteroid method. Create asteroid. Okay, so you've got that happening. Set display size 100, 100. So I'm gonna steal the random thing and say it should be square actually. So I did use undo. I hope I didn't lose any of your work. I just realised that. Oh, creature of habit. So we should say X and Y, and then we'll say let let x equal. Actually, we want it to be square, so let's just call it size.
Yeah, you just want them both to do the same.
Yeah. So I'm going to say need to be between 30.
So I might change that variable to called scale instead. Size is you're scaling it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks for fixing that. All right. Let's give that a go. Wow, they're coming. Some of them come fast.
You need to be able to move the ship a little bit quicker back.
No, you need a power up though. Only when you get a power up. That's quite good fun. That is roaringly good fun.
What I want to do now is post this on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, I've got a task for that. So Evie Brink's saying when I run it locally, there is just a black background. Yes. So what you need to do is in the README, I hopefully put some instructions that are correct. So in the quick start, in the README, so you've got the repo locally, however you've done that, and then you install the dependencies, npm install. You need to run the server locally, so you can't just open the HTML file because it won't have the right references to the assets. So you need to run this command, and then you'll be able to access it on the local host IP. So give that a go and let me know if that helps. I realise this image now is out of date as well. Let me update that image because that looks terrible. Try and take a screenshot while this game's running. Here we go. Oh no! I didn't press the screenshot button. I didn't want to shoot anything. Okay, got a screenshot. Okay, awesome. So
alert from Dropbox.
Thank you, Dropbox. Also, it makes them pass you. You lose 1 point. So if you're traveling across 0 of your width, deduct 1. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe not necessarily pass you. Oh yeah, because you won't be able to catch them up to shoot them. So let's add add a story for that. So if what capitals? If asteroids leave the game area, deduct a point. Or well, I can write in here, or pass the ship, question mark. Either way, I didn't put it into the milestone, I'll add it now. And we'll drag it down a little bit. Definitely above splitting asteroids into smaller ones, that sounds like a lot of work. You varied the velocity, Andrew. I do want to do a commit before we do much more actually. Asteroids appear on the timer. Let me close that.
Different sizes, timed asteroids, different speeds of asteroids.
Yep. So I'm going to edit this one and say vary velocity and size. And size, and I'll create a new one. We haven't done the points though, but that's fine. I'll create a new one now and say vary asteroid direction. Larger.
What you could do is make the smaller ones worth a bit, faster ones worth. So
yeah,
the points are based on the speed and size.
Faster, worth more points. We'll do that coming up. Let's commit what we've got, I think. Okay, Evie Brink says she's got the same issue. Okay, so just to where's my here we go. Too many screens, can't find my mouse. So you did that, and in a terminal you should have one terminal with this running. It should look like, oh, it's way high up. Let me stop it and start it again. So you're in your directory and you run not that command, the command that I copied from here, and you hit enter and you get something like this. Does it say that? And thanks for this modern day. That'd be awesome if you can. Yeah, if you can just double check that, that'd be great. But make sure you go to when you run that command to start the server, in your browser, make sure you go to the IP that it gives you, rather than right-clicking on the HTML file and saying open in the browser. So in the browser, if it says, because I would have the same issue if I went to the file and said right-click open in Chrome, I would have the same issue. It needs to be on, it needs to be on localhost or the IP, and then on port 8080. So you need to see that rather than the full path. So yeah, if you can just check that what you've got in your browser URL, that is localhost, and check that the terminal also said available on. And 127.0.0.1, just for anyone who's listening, is its same as localhost. Can I get a link to Git? Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll add that now. Here we go. While you're doing that, I'm going to update the screenshot. New screen, no problem. New screenshot in README. Actually, let me commit this as well. We said we were going to commit it, didn't we, Andrew? Before we make too many more changes.
Yeah, I was just trying to sort out the alignment of the game mode wording.
Okay. Well, when you're ready with that, let me know, and I'll commit straight after that. I'll just do the screenshot. So I'm going to take a screenshot. I have screenshots here. Got no bullets in the screenshot, we'll have to do. So I just chop out score as well. You're kidding me. Oh no, I didn't. It's okay. Yeah, it's saying that it's running in the terminal, and I'm running it on localhost 8080. Okay, interesting. I don't know why that wouldn't work, but it would be good to see if this modern day gets the same issue as you. I can't think why. You would have had to have done npm install, otherwise that command wouldn't have worked. And you've got localhost in the browser, and you've got just a black screen. What version of Node are you running? Can you type in the terminal? If you type node, is it -v? Yeah, if you type node -v, just see what version you're running. I mean, most versions should be fine, but I don't know if Phaser 3 needs a certain minimum version. I mean, if you're a little bit behind, that's fine, but just make sure you're not like on version 4 or something. To the README and check. Where's the README? README's here. So screenshot. I'm going to change this one to the new one. Okay. I can commit whenever you're ready, Andrew. Phaser should even run on 5.8 as well. Okay, that's interesting to know. So it might.
Yeah, I think you're good. I've censored the game over. It's sat behind. I need to change the depth, I think.
Okay.
Some asteroids drawing over the top of that.
It's not the end of the world, but if you want to fix it, then because the game's probably over by then anyway. But I know what you mean. You want to keep it at the forefront. I'll try and clone it again. I don't think if it's that. Unless if you've got a clone already, actually, you don't need to clone it again. You could just do a git pull. Did you clone your fork, or did you clone the original repo? Because if you cloned the original repo, then you can still do a git pull actually. And if you cloned the fork, the only thing a git pull would do would pull down from your fork, which wouldn't be in sync. So you would need to sync it, and I can help you do that. Just let me know which one you've got. I know you forked the project. You're on 8.4, that's fine. So that's not going to, so the node version is not going to be a problem. The node version is not going to be a problem. Maybe you got I committed the part of the code that was a bit like not good. I thought I was only committing when things were working, so I don't think it's that either. But I'm trying to think. But yeah, get the latest code. I think that's a good idea. Let me commit this up and you get the latest code. So Andrew, did you say, sorry, are you still changing the det?
No, you're all good. Go, whenever you're ready, I'm not touching it now.
Shall we check it and see? Okay.
Yeah, have a look.
Does that crash?
Yeah.
Nice, okay, that looks really good. Got some depth on it as well. Okay, that's awesome. Let me commit that. Git commit. Okay, yours is fine. Okay. But this modern day, you would have cloned maybe a newer version, because I think Evie Brink took a fork earlier on, so it could be maybe just the version of code she has. So yeah, Evie Brink, if you just let us know if you type this git remote -v, what do you get? Do you see? You'll definitely get origin, but do you see github.com Twitch coders warp blaster, or do you see your username /warp blaster? And then we'll know if you've cloned the fork or the original, and then we can help you update it from there, and we can just rule that out. Git commit -m. I want to commit all of it actually. I think. Let me just check. I need to add the background. So I need to add space. Add source asset space. I'm not going to add the background music because I'm not going to commit it because I haven't added it to the project yet. What did we do, Andrew? It was refactored code. Also, we did game over.
Added the asteroids so that they appear on a timer.
Asteroids on a timer.
Different speeds and sizes.
Asteroid on timer. Speeds, sizes. Okay, I can't write much more in there, so let's just push that up. Okay. You cloned your fork. Okay, so that's fine. So we can get your fork updated. It's a good practice actually for everybody to see. So what you need to do, if you do git remote -v, you'll just see origin, which will be two origins, but they will be of your fork. So what you need to then do is you need to add an upstream, which will be the original repo. So you need to go to our project, the main project, just copy the URL from here, and then type git remote add upstream, and then paste in that URL. And I can even send it to you in the chat. So if you run that command, git remote add upstream, and then when you type git remote -v, you will now see origin, which is your repo, and you will also see upstream, which is the original repo. It's actually good for everybody to see this. I think a lot of people struggle with, I know I did for a long time, I always forgot. I always had to look at the docs, so I made myself do it so many times to try and remember. And then once you've done that, you can go git fetch upstream. And what that will do is, so with git, and people correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, okay. Which bit? So with Night, I'm just gonna say Night, I can't pronounce the second part of your name. Thanks for joining and thanks for the good feedback. So Evie Brink, yeah, so what I was just saying with, I don't know how far to go back. If you do a git remote -v, you will just have origin, which is your repo, the forked version. And then if you do run the command that I pasted slightly further up, where is it? Git remote add upstream, So you want to add another remote to this, and it's got a link to the original repo. So it's just posted a few comments up, and I can put it in my terminal as well if you do want to see it. I won't run it because it won't make sense, but I can put it in my terminal and just Control-C it. So that's the command you would have to run. Add the upstream of the original repo. So then when you do a git remote -v again, I can just type that for you. You will see origin like you had before with your repository, and then then you'll have upstream, 2 upstreams as well, which will have this repo, which is the original one. And then once you've got that, you're set up to push and pull from your repo, your fork, and then with the upstream now, you can then pull down any new changes. So what we would do to do that is you would run git fetch upstream. And again, I can put that in the chat. So git fetch upstream, all that will do is pull down the original repo's changes to your distributed version of Git, but it won't affect your code. So if you went out on your laptop, you would then later on could use that code without doing another fetch. I shouldn't say pull, because pull also means to fetch and merge. We're just doing a fetch. So a git fetch upstream means bring it all down, but don't bring it into your working directory. So you have it available on your computer, but you can't see it. And then when you're ready to actually bring it into your working directory, what you're working on, you would do git merge upstream /master. And again, I'll put that into the chat if that helps. And then what that will do is bring the code you went to fetch from the original repo. What it will do is now actually merge it into your working directory, so you will have the changes there. But if you've made any changes already, you might want to stash them, merge in the upstream, and then reapply your stash. Hopefully that makes sense. Do ask any questions if I explain that really badly. Okay, I forget what I pushed it up, Andrew. I think that's good. Oh, what else was I doing? Let me go back to the issues. This is why I need to log these issues. I can't remember who was asking earlier, but I need to log these issues so I can remember. I'm going to drag background music up higher because vary velocity and size, asteroid direction. So the velocity and size you did already, so let me close that. We reply to Black Rat. Yeah, faster and smaller worth more points. I think I created an issue for that. Let me just log it so people can track it. Where did we do it? I thought I created one. Maybe I didn't. Okay, let me create one. Smaller, faster asteroids worth more points. If I create that, I'll get a number, which is 26. I'll go back to my first tab and I'll add it in here. Points. Yeah, fast and smaller worth more points. New issue here. I forgot what it was, but 26. Can't remember. 26 it was. Okay. Comment. Just so he knows. Okay. After I do a git fetch upstream, I get this permission denied, publicly fatal, could not read from remote repository. It's probably because, oh, I know why. You cloned, I think you're using HTTP, and the link I sent you actually is using SSH. So what you should do is actually a good lesson for people watching, because there are 2 protocols you can use for Git and GitHub, and I use git at, but I'm guessing evbrink, if you do a git remote -v, I'm guessing the origin says HTTP at the front and the upstream will say git at the front. And we can fix that, it's an easy fix, it's not a problem. But just to confirm if that is the case. yeah, you haven't set up the SSH keys for GitHub. You're doing it all over HTTP, which is fine. Well, HTTPS, which is fine. While I'm waiting for that message to come through, and there's like a 30-second delay, I want to put some background music on. Okay, so let me drag this one down. Background music.
Okay, I've just added some debug text to the bottom corner because I don't think, well, they're not. The asteroids and the missiles aren't being destroyed still.
Okay.
Because I noticed that after leaving it open for a while, the browser started to seem to slow down a bit.
Oh, they're not going down. I thought they were. I thought I put a console log before or after. Okay. Can I leave that with you for the moment?
I guess, yeah, okay.
But yeah, debug is pretty good. You're right. The missiles should be eventually come down to 0 if there's nothing in the screenplay, I suppose, in the game area. But yeah, no, that was good. I think it's a good idea actually having that as well. Oh, I have some messages on. No, nothing. Just notifications. Right. Leave that with Andrew. So if I say follow Andrew in FluBits, we can see what he's doing. Follow. So now my screen should scroll. My code should scroll. I should have done that last time when I went out of the room. My screen will scroll as you scroll, Andrew. There you go. You can see it happening now. As he's doing work. It's working. Yes, that's it, I think. Okay, perfect. So what you need to do, if I remember correctly, I haven't done this in ages, but I'm pretty sure this is it. If you do, remember how we did git remote, add, etc. and so on, you need to do, and I'll type it here for you as well, git remote, I think it's remove, I better check, let me check, git, I think it's is remove, but I better check that. Git remote remove, I'm sure it's remove, not delete. Yeah, it is. So if you do, oh, it's RM actually. Okay, interesting. So if you do, and I will paste it in, git remote RM. So git remote, this modern day, yeah, please take a look at the code. Any suggestions, really appreciate it. Git remote RM upstream. So Evie, if you run git remote remove upstream, then you'll be back to kind of what we had before. Oh, sorry, you can't see Andrew's code. Let me go back to Andrew's code. There we go. Should still be following Andrew, I think. And then I will get a git remote add for you, Evie. Sorry, I don't know which one it is. I think your name was Evelyn, so maybe. Let me know which one you prefer. But let me just get you the link. So here you can notice on GitHub, I think this is good for everyone to see, you have use HTTPS, and if you click that, the link changes, and if you use SSH, which is what I normally use, it changes again. So I'll get the HTTPS one for you, and then I'll go back to this, if you can see the code. Once you've removed the upstream, if you can run git remote -v and just make sure it's gone, so you should then only have in your git remote -v, you should only have your origin, your one. And then when you're happy that that's gone, you can git remote add upstream again and issue this link. And that's the one that you need. So you add it, and we're adding the HTTPS. I'll give you a second to do that. It's quite good fun. We've got FluBits pairing in my IDE. We've got people running the code in locally as well. People raising issues on GitHub. Awesome. Are you using FluBits to do your pair coding? Yes, we are. So if you see down below, Andrew's joined. I'm the host, and Andrew's joined below. I've actually got 10 connected clients, so if people do want to see the code as it changes in their IDE, in their IDE or in a browser, here's a link. I can open this link, and you can see. You can, if you've got the plugin, you can use Atom, or I'm using IntelliJ. And yeah, I've got 10 clients connected at the moment. So that's pretty cool. I use Fluebits to code with my brother, but I use Atom, so the display looks different. Yeah, the good thing about what I really like about Fluebits is one person can use Atom, one person can use IntelliJ, and it doesn't really matter. Because I know Atom have brought out their own kind of pair programming tool, but only Atom with Atom. And I kind of didn't like that because, you know, everyone has their IDE that they want, so it's good that it's independent. But I think Fluebits is not. They're not. I think they've dropped it, as in they've left it running so you can use it, but I don't think they're developing it anymore. I think the team is focused on something else or have split up, is my understanding. But you know, it does what it needs to do. More development, more features would be nice, but I think it does kind of the 80-20 rule, 80% of what we need. Evie, how are you getting on? I'm saying Evie. Like I said, I hope that you don't mind me calling you Evie. Evie. How are you getting on? Atom built-in pair programming tool needs some serious improvement. Oh really? I haven't used it. I've only seen their kind of advertising video. It looks really epic, but okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's probably, I think it is still in beta, but probably more of an alpha. Well, having lots of frames dropped. My computer is struggling a bit. Interesting. Never seen that before. Processor's only at 40%. I don't know why it's struggling so much. Okay. I was going to put background sound, wasn't I? I think I've managed to merge it now. Okay, so you can do a check actually. Let's do a check together. This is how we can see if you've got it. So you did, you added the new remote using the HTTPS one, the URL. Then you did a git fetch upstream, which will pull down from the upstream link we added. And then you need to do a git merge upstream / master to merge it into your working directory. And the way to check if you've got what we're both in sync, if I type git log, and if you do the same as well, your one at the top of the screen should have the same message as me, which is refactored code asteroids on a timer speed sizes. If you see that at the top, then you've got the latest code, and hopefully that fixes the issue that you had before. If you don't see that, if you see the one of these further down, then maybe it hasn't been merged yet, but hopefully you do see that latest one at the top, and then we're good. So do let us know. I see Andrew's following Andrew. He's doing the remove asteroid stuff. The stream is a little bit behind for me. Yeah, I think the stream is a bit. I think it's about a 10-second delay. I can actually see how far it's delayed back, but then that's on the upload. Then there's still the download part as well, I suppose. Show video stats. Here we go. 60 frames a second. Video resolution, display resolution, 800 by 450, that's terrible. Latency to broadcaster, 8 seconds. Latency to encoder, 6 seconds. Okay, so there is a bit of latency, and then by the time you type, I think there's another 20 seconds. There's probably like a 30-second delay. But hopefully the let me show that. I can bring that log file up again, just so you can see. This is the one you want to see, refactored code, asteroids on timer. And while you're checking that, I actually realized something really awesome today, and I've done it before and hadn't realized what it does. So sorry I'm hiding your work, Andrew, but you can author a git commit with multiple people. I should be tagging all the people contributing in these commits. So you can do stuff like that. Git, hub, multiple authors. Multiple authors and put this in the end. See, look, creating a commit with multiple authors, co-author information. How awesome is that, right? So you do a normal commit, but you can then add someone else. I think that's awesome. We should do that next time. It's definitely a team effort. Let me hide this. Go back to what Andrew's working on.
So I've taken a pause for a moment because again, it was phaser 2 bit of code, and I want phaser 3.
Oh, okay, no problem. Evie says yes. So you've got the same code. Okay, awesome. So you see that at the top, refactor code, asteroids on a timer, speed, sizes. Okay, now the moment of truth, Evie. If you run it locally, do you get just the plain black screen, or does it actually work for you? Fingers are crossed. Everyone, cross your fingers and toes. Let's hope. Oh, we've got someone else joined as well. B. Linst has also joined from Atom. We've got 11 people connected. I do love a bit of pair programming. Try programming. I don't know how 11 works. What the word is for that. But I'm hoping for another yeah from Evie that it works locally. Don't know what else it could be. Node version is fine. Browser is, I'm sure, fine. It's Chrome, but it did work in Safari because I used it in Safari. Worked for Andrew, me, and This Modern Day. Come to the worst, after this stream, if we can't fix it, after this stream. I think you're in the Discord channel. We can always just jump on a screen share and figure it out. So, oh, that's you. Be liced is me. Oh, I see. Okay, I wonder what you meant by that's me. Okay, cool. And Evie Brink says the game now works. Okay, so I must have committed something that was kind of incomplete, and you just had a kind of a version that didn't work. So that's awesome. So it works for you. So we'll let you get on with the styling of the page, and see what you think works well. And let's get back onto some development. Had a few people join since, so I might give them a quick demo of the project if it's working. Andrew, is it the project in a working state? Andrew's not listening, he's in deep concentration.
I'm just undoing that so that it'll be working again.
Okay, no problem. I do like it actually when it is game over. I do like it that the asteroids still come across. It looks good.
There you go. It should be working again now.
Okay, so if I just show people who have joined the game. Okay, every time you refresh, you start in a random location. You can move around. We've got a score of 0, 2 asteroids, and you can shoot the asteroids. Score of 80. Okay, so Andrew, you've got the destroying of the missile objects. So I can see the number jumps up. Jumps down, sorry.
As the missiles and the asteroids get shot, and it sorts itself out. But as things are leaving, it's not updating the information. It's possible because it looks like they've got some stuff built in that when objects leave the boundary, they may get removed. But obviously, we've got things joining off the screen, so I'm not sure how true that is.
I see. Okay. So that's the game.
Yeah.
Okay, what I might do is add some background music to the game. I'm quite keen to also try and get the game working in GitHub pages so people can play the game as we do more work. So I might move that up. I mean, what do people think? What's your thoughts? Actually, what we can also do is, I don't know if this will work, but I'm pretty sure it would, is if you go on the GitHub repo on the issues, I think you can vote on issues. So if you click on the smiley face on an issue, if you go up, it says +1 now. If I go back to the issue list, I don't think it shows up on this page. I'll have to go through each one and see which one has the biggest, I guess, thumbs up. But then you can only vote once, I suppose. Maybe that won't work. I was just keen to see what people would like to see. Background music first, or would you prefer to try and play it without installing it and setting it up? Did you see that, Andrew? The messages, once they're off the screen, you should be able to remove them from the array.
Well, you need to be able to detect it going off the screen, right? That's what I was trying detecting it. So if you know how to detect it coming off the screen. That's what the event, but there was a phaser 2 thing, it seems, the on, off, on, out of bounds. So.
Could you get the location of it, and when it goes outside greater than minus, because it's coming from the bullets are going to the right, so when it's greater, when the bullets are greater than 800, and for the asteroids when they're greater than less than 0 on the X. Could you do something like that?
Pass. Perhaps.
That might work. Might be a bit dirty. There might be a cleaner way. It might be a bit dirty, but I think it would work. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to add background music, and then I might get it deployed into GitHub Pages, or try to. I don't know if it's going to work, and then see if people can play it in the browser without downloading it, installing it, and so on. So let's see. Okay. What was I doing? Background music. Okay. If I stop following Andrew. Stop following. That's how I do mine. Okay, so that's how. For which bit this modern day is that with the using the X, the position, and when it goes out of the size of the screen, then remove it, or is there a special magic from phaser? Is there a special magic bound you can just do? Just if you can confirm which way. And then we'll add some background music. So we've got audio, so I'll do it beginning. So background. And what was the sound we were going to do? I downloaded the MP3, didn't I? I think I put it in the root, here we go. Copy path. Change this. Oh, I didn't do relative path, that's a bit stupid. That's fine, I can delete it. Okay. So you've got background music, and then I want to set the audio. I want to, where is it? Here we go. We're putting the volume as well, right at the beginning. Maybe right before everything, I suppose. So we want background music. Volume might be really low, so 0.5. And the music is background. And then we just want this background music play, I think. And we probably want stop when we die, maybe. Yes, if asteroids.position is less than 0, that's the way to do it. And then with the bullets, if it's greater than 800, then yeah, remove it out of the array.
But you then have to add a listener like with time events, right? To say, have a time event. Or are we going to just loop through the array every couple of seconds, and we can check if I loop the array every few seconds?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, how often do you check? Background music's working. Oh, saved myself then.
Yes, so I know how we could remove it from the array with the slicing.
Oh, sorry.
What do you want to trigger it on? Do you want to trigger it on a timer?
Probably on a timer, maybe. What, every like 10 seconds? Check asteroids and check missiles, maybe every 10 seconds. So music works. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna close that issue on GitHub. Background music, I haven't committed it yet, but I'll still close it. And we try GitHub Pages. While Andrew's looking into that, I might try GitHub Pages. 7 o'clock, I need to go shortly. I think Evie Brink was going to be streaming soon. Give me time to rest, I guess my voice time to rest. And it'd be really good to get this deployed. Maybe I can link it into Travis CI as well. Yeah, let's link it into Travis CI, people can see a bit of that. Let's remove this. If I go Travis CI, just add a bit of CI to this. And if I go to profile, I probably need to sync my account. I bet you the organization doesn't exist. I created it Twitch organization. Let's just sync the account from GitHub. Okay, succinct. Should be a Twitch account. Missing something, add your organization. I probably need to add it. Let's see, Twitch streams, grant. My password, I don't know what my password is, 1 second. Let me turn off my screen for a second. Well, not turn off my screen, but if I just show you my amazing setup.
Oh, have you broken it somewhere?
I don't think so. Why? Is it not working?
No audio loaded.
Ah, you've got the code, but you haven't got the file. Let me commit it. Why doesn't the file sync though? I would have thought the file would sync. Maybe it ignores
No,
my
if I reopen FluBits, it seems to resync files like that. So let me reopen FluBits. I think that'll fix it. Okay.
Okay. Let me put all my screens back on. I've just realised I did something really, really stupid. I removed the camera of me rather than removing the screen itself, so you still saw my screen. But you know, nothing bad was on it, so I think it was fine. Hollow Wizard, thank you for joining. React? No, we are not React fans here. Although I think someone actually in the street, someone watching was. But no, Andrew and myself, we're Angular fans, but we're not doing Angular. We're creating a phaser game. Oh, that's quite loud. So if I refresh the game, this is the game. I'm just going to try and link it up with CI so it builds out to GitHub pages. Oh, I can't shoot them anymore. You're probably still working on something, Andrew.
Yeah, I was just trying something out, but you may need to commit that file up. I can't run it.
Okay, let me commit that up.
Well, it was just a case of reopening FluBits that would pull them down. But...
Can you, I was going to say, maybe are you able to undo that change, stop it, that stops it from colliding with the ship, or is that too much work? Just so I can commit it in a working state.
Yeah, I could try.
As long as it's not too much hassle. But then
that will probably do it. Just doing that, yeah. You
okay,
give that a try.
Let's see. Okay, that's working now. Let me just crash, make sure that works. Okay. So Hollow Wizard, that's what we've done starting last night and today. Let me just commit that for Andrew. So git status -s. So if I'm going to remove your patch, Andrew, if you don't want that anymore, and then I can add that MP3 file. Git commit. We just say added game background music. I'll just push that up. Okay, that's pushed up, Andrew. Hollow Wizard, thank you very much. Yeah, we're pairing on it at the moment. We're doing using FluBits to pair, so we can follow Andrew, although Andrew's dropped off for a second. And we've got people who are watching, giving ideas, finding resources, and contributing back, raising issues and ideas. And also, Evie Brink is changing the styling on the page at the moment as well. So yeah, real collaborative game building, I like to think. So yeah, so music's playing. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to do Travis CI. So this should now appear on Travis CI, not my profile. How do I get? Let's go back to GitHub. I want to go back to Travis. I should now see it. Why don't I see Twitch coders? Twitch. Ah, here we go. No, I don't see it. Let's sync account again. Let's see if it appears this time. Actually, I should probably test it manually first before I get CI involved to make sure that GitHub Pages can host it. Let me try. So GitHub Pages, I have to commit the compiled code to master branch, which I don't want because we're developing, or docs folder. So what I can do, I can put it in the docs folder, that might work. So what I was thinking to do, we might need to tidy this up later on. What we need to do is, if I create a docs folder, which is not really going to be for docs, but we can cheat a bit. If I create a docs folder, and then I copy the project into the docs folder, but not the node modules, because I will use the CDN. Therefore, I don't have to commit the node module still. That's the idea. Let's see if it works. Don't need to copy the README either. I'll get CI to do this if it works. So if I copy the index, don't need the package, but I do need the source. So if I copy the index to docs, if I copy source to docs as well, do I need to commit it here? I could probably get, yeah, I would need to commit it, and I need to get CI to commit it. Let's just see if it works. Git status. So if I add the docs folder, there'll be loads of stuff in there. The project's gonna be twice the size, which kind of sucks.
So your background sound still isn't appearing, by the way.
Oh really? Let me check on GitHub. I think
there is if you right-click the project at the top of IntelliJ, on the menu you get a synchronized warp blaster option. Let me give that a try.
the MP3 is there.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing it on this side, so I'm wondering whether it hasn't sent it up still.
Okay. Oh yeah, but you're not pulling it down, are you? You're using FluBits to
yeah, it's coming through FluBits, so I thought
of course. I was thinking you were using Git. Okay.
Okay, here we go. FluBits just added a file.
Is that the one? How can I sync it? I can disconnect and reconnect.
Unless you need to mark a folder, because I don't know if you've marked folders in FluBits.
I haven't marked anything, no. Let me disconnect and reconnect maybe? Like if I right click on it, oh here we go, FluBits, add to workspace. Add to workspace, is that the right thing? Oh, wait a second, skipping adding that because it's ignored. Why is it ignored? I don't want it ignored. Flu ignore. Node modules, that makes sense. Extern, temp, vendor, idea. Okay, they all make sense. Why would it ignore an MP3? Maybe they have something behind the scenes. They also ignore .git folder, but it's not in that git ignore. So what I suggest is, can you maybe go to GitHub and just download this file?
Pull the one file down.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can send you the link, I've got it here. I'll send it to you on Discord. Maybe just put the file in that place. That's a bit annoying though. So I'm going to create it, so while you're doing that, just to say, also not super important, but have you considered using points for the positioning? They are phases version of a 2D vector. Okay, no, haven't thought about that. That's an interesting thing. We have to have a look at that. I'll log an issue for that. Look into using points for positioning. Okay, we'll have a look into that. What was I doing? Oh yes, the docs directory. So if it's going to duplicate the entire game just to kind of get it hosted, but I think that's fine. And you're not going to be upset, are you, if I duplicate the entire game into the docs folder, but not the node modules? Just to host it. Just to host it on GitHub Pages.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let's try. And then what I'm going to have to do is I've copied all that over now into it is a doc folder. Let me change it. Doc or docs? What do they call it? Docs with an S. Okay, let me just rename that. And then, because I used to use the GH Pages branch, which would have been a lot easier. And then what I want to do is I want to go into here and I want to change this, because this won't exist because node modules won't exist. So
I've got a cat come join me.
Git history. Why can't I show history on this file? Oh, I've just added it. Let me show history. There is a CDN I can use for, I think we did use it before, right at the beginning. Oh, that's spanned over loads of pages. hasn't worked very well. Where is the CDN? No, that still says no modules. Maybe I don't have the CDN. Okay. Forget that. It might be on. It'll be on the GitHub though. FFmpeg, yeah, to convert MP3 to WAV. No, that's true. I assume you're using a Mac. Dave, do you use Homebrew? Yeah, I do use Homebrew. Homebrew's awesome. Fluebit doesn't share MP3 files, but if it's a WAV, okay, that's true. It can solve things in the future. Convert MP3 to WAV. So Fluebit doesn't ignore. Let's create that one as well. Add that to the list. What I was going to quickly do is go to commit. Go to my very first commit. I think I have the CDN somewhere along here. That was a TypeScript one, but I still might have the CDN. It's the README. It's the app file. Where's the HTML? HTML file. Here we go. I'm pretty sure I have the CDN somewhere. CDN. No. Okay. I will search their docs. Phaser CDN. Phaser download, here we go. So if I get this CDN, I'll get the minified version. So if I grab that, so I'll get CI to do this, but we're just testing it out now. So if this works on GitHub pages, so git, I don't want to commit anything that Andrew's changing in source games, I'll just commit the docs folder. So git commit -m docs. Rather than putting a dot and specifying which folder I want, just saying hosting game on GitHub pages. Let's see if this works. So now if I push that up, because I pushed that up, and then that option now should become available. If I go back to the GitHub settings. This option below now should be to say docs folder. And if I hit save, GitHub pages will deploy it to this URL. And it says Git pages source saved. It might need a few minutes to appear, but I'm hoping that the game plays on here because it is a web server. Let's have a look. That didn't work unless it's downloading it. If we do it in Chrome, I could see it better. Okay, no, not that one. Okay, it won't work on GitHub pages. 404, okay. Source assets. Maybe that's not going to work. Net error aborted. Why? Ouch. Okay, maybe that's not going to work. GitHub pages is not going to work just yet. I'll have to have a look into that and see. Because it's not called source. Right. So it's looking for source assets. Okay, so we can do that. Did I not copy it right? Yeah, I might have missed the directory in the copy. Source. Let me just check this and see. So level 1 we don't need anymore, do we, Andrew? I can delete that.
No, we don't. We're not using that now.
Okay, so delete level 1. So also what so it's index.html, then game is in source. So move that. And then assets is in source. Right, okay, that's the right structure. So if I commit that up again, and that should be changes to the docs directory, git commit -m and just a docs directory for now. Fixed file structure. And push that up. This is going to make the repo even probably bigger. I'm moving the binaries around. Got my password wrong. It's just password 1. So if you want to give it a go. GitHub pages will take like a minute or so to build. So when it builds, we'll give it a second. And hopefully that works. And if that works, what I'll do is on Travis CI, I'll get it to copy the project directory into the docs directory, change the node modules reference here to that. We could probably just make it even simpler. We can just, don't even need to change that. Let's just change ours to use the CDN rather than node modules. Because what do we have in the node modules? We probably just have, we do have HTTP server, that's fine, we need that. But we could move phaser out. There's some things we can do. Hopefully it works. It looks a bit better. Has got some errors. Oh, it does work. Let's see if it worked. Nice. So I'm going to share this in the chat. You can go have a play with the game. That is now live. I want to put that in the link in the repo as well. So in the repo, you now have a link to the game. So let's add CI to this. I think we've got a bit of time. Dinner time coming up. And been going for what, 2.5 hours. It's good to time box these things. Right, okay. So I'm going to do Travis CI, so let's find it. Hopefully it's appeared now. Let me just search for it. Twitch. No. How is it not appearing? Sync. It does happen sometimes. When you create a new repo or a new organization, it takes time to sync. Okay, so it says sync. I expect it to appear. And review and add. I did add it. Let me just check. Twitch coders. Oh, grant. Now I've granted it. Okay, that makes sense. And we'll go back to Travis. Now it's granted. Sync account again. Clock is ticking. What is going on? Every time I hit the back button, it undoes it. Twitch coders. No, it's got the tick. Okay. Probably just need
okay, I think that's working now. If you want to show people what I've done to destroy when things go off the screen.
Yeah, awesome.
Obviously, it's based off what Modern Day was talking about. So.
Yep, so missiles 1, 0. Perfect, that works. And then asteroids, if I let that pass, they've come in and then it should go down, I suppose. So asteroids is going down, I suppose. Have you got the asteroids being removed when we shoot them? You have with the because it looks like overall the asteroids count is climbing.
It looks like something. So I'll have to take a look. That might have been something from earlier when I was trying to. Let's see it there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll add that back in. Looks like I'm lost.
Okay, awesome. My score 300, high score. Okay, let me crash. If you commit the MP3, I can convert it. The MP3 is committed, so yeah, if you can do that, that would be awesome. The MP3 is committed, and it is source, assets, and there you go. Just in there, I can even share the link. I can share the link directly to that file, actually, if that helps. Modern Day, that would be awesome, thank you. Okay, so as we saw, we do have the game working in GitHub pages, but I just need CI now to every time we make a commit to deploy out the new version of the code. Otherwise, the GitHub pages will still host the old version. But here we go, Twitch coders, it finally appeared. Turn that on. Awesome, let's just change the settings for that. Only build if Travis CI is present. Yeah, that makes sense. There's nothing else we need to change. So, what else we're gonna have to do? Travis is gonna have to be able to push back to my GitHub account. So I might have to create some tokens. I don't want you people to see the tokens, so I might have to do that afterwards. So I'll keep that open so I don't forget. Awesome. Excuse me, I think it's time to call it a day, Andrew. Once you've done that last change, then I think it's a good place to stop.
Hopefully I've just fixed the asteroids being removed as well now.
Okay, let's have a go. Yeah, that looks better. Oh no, it went out the screen. I don't think it got removed. Or did it? Oh, just missed that one. Oh no, it is coming down. Okay, it is. Did I hit one? I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I have to re-watch the stream and see. Okay, so if that's good, I'm gonna push that up, and I will. So git commit. I'll just say just dot. So what were we saying? Asteroids are removed after shot. Oh, asteroids are removed after they are destroyed. Okay, push that up.
So let me get this right. 24 hours on from first starting this, you've got a playable game.
Yeah, that's true. It's not multiplayer yet, and I haven't got any power-ups, but 24 hours later, we have got this game.
But it's not even 24 hours of solid coding. You've been doing what? Couple of 2-hour sessions. This has been a little bit longer.
Yeah, a couple of hours this morning, a couple of hours this evening, and a couple of hours last night. Yeah, nothing, not bad. It was just like 6 hours worth of work. But we have had help from people watching and yourself as well. But 6 hours. Next week, I will need to get back to Dashboard Hub though. I can't keep playing games all the time, but it is good fun. It is good to make a difference and see.
There you go. Never used the library. We've worked on it with all the guys here.
And girls. Folks.
And girls, yeah, of course.
Folks is a safer name to use.
Folks.
Okay. And awesome. That sound was horrible. Which sound was that? Was that the this is back from earlier on this is going back over an hour ago. I just saw the message. Sorry, Redux Gaming.
Definitely.
No,
absolutely.
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at the message. Oh yeah, in this chat. Node.js, the WebSockets will make multiplayer super simple. Yeah, exactly. That's what we need to do. We need to have it that we can have just join that link, and it picks up that another person has joined, and then gives you another player, and we can have like 10 ships on the screen all shooting, and then maybe make it a bit harder when there's more ships, have more asteroids come out and so forth. So yeah.
There's going to be some kind of challenge in there. I'm not sure what it is when you've got lots of people on the screen. Yeah,
definitely. Well, what I'll do is, so we don't forget, is I've started this one, use Travis CI, so I might try and move that up.
There's a GitHub project now, right? So, idea, player side up on there maybe?
Sorry, say that again?
On the GitHub project, if anyone during the week wants to throw a few ideas up, perhaps next weekend we can...
continue again. Yeah, next Saturday.
A couple of hours.
Next Saturday I've got a bit of time we can spend on this as well. It sounds like a good idea. And if you want to chat in between streams, then just join the Discord below. It matches the organization name, Twitch Coders, and we can chat as well. But I was going to log something. Okay, so we've got a milestone MVP, and what I was actually going to do in issues Let's create another milestone. So v0.2, maybe say multiplayer. Multiplayer. And then we can start logging some issues under there. So under here we can say stuff like each connection gets a ship. Start off with that. Cool. Okay, awesome. Thank you everyone for watching. And if you have any ideas, do log it in GitHub under the issues, and we can talk about it next time. But I will be streaming again Monday, Thursday and Friday I think next week, but that'll be on Dashboard Hub, my other open source project I have, which is Angular and Node. And Andrew will be streaming as at 5:30, and Andrew will be streaming later on about 8:30 during the week. You're muted at the moment.
Yeah, I was just looking for the sound. Yeah, so I think on my schedule I've put some stuff up on there. If people look at the channel, I can share a link to the channel on the chat on here quickly. This
modern day, it has been a blast. Thank you very much. It's been awesome. And thank you for everyone's support. It's been a real team effort. You can see we've got 5 stars and 3 forks now. And yeah, I'll be streaming on Angular and Node and serverless during the week, and Andrew will be streaming on Angular and Node as well, but using Express.
Yeah, so yeah, 10 o'clock. I'm only doing Tuesday for the evenings, but I'll be doing stuff tonight, 9 o'clock, tomorrow, a couple of hours.
Sounds good. And thank you again, everyone. It has been a pleasure. And I will try and do later on tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning, probably tomorrow morning actually, I will try and get it that on this link, because the game does work on this link, but it's from the previous commit, so I'll try and add it to CI, that every time we do a commit, it does deploy out the latest version to GitHub Pages, because this is just GitHub Pages free hosting. So, Evie Brink, how are you been getting on? If you need a hand of anything, do let us know. I know you've got your stream. If you're starting your stream now, we can raid you. We've got, my OBS is saying 4, but my Twitch account is saying 7, so I don't know. But we can raid you. We can send everyone over to your account and watch you do some coding as well on Free Code Camp, and support you with that, because that's awesome. I think it's really good that you're sharing your journey. But if you're streaming, let me know. I need to type it was /, wasn't it, Andrew? It wasn't an exclamation mark. /raid EV Brink.
Yeah, /raid and channel name.
So actually, I probably need to grab some dinner first. Okay, fair enough. No problem. Well, I will come and watch your stream later on as well, and I think everyone else should join and support too. And let us know how you got on with that styling on that page, and if you need a hand, or if you're just not interested in doing it, that's also fine. Someone else can pick it up. No pressure. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, great weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you online a bit more in the next few days. Rivoli, I pronounced that right. Thank you for the follow. That's awesome. So you'll get notified when we come online. I probably won't be online tomorrow, but during the week. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, and we'll code again soon. Open source coding.